I want to share some information we learned about a 4.5-year-old buck we called Stretch. I'd had some cool encounters with Stretch previous this year, and we'll share that later, but I want to tell you about a couple of specific times we got videos or pictures of Stretch, and we're going to start November 21st. At about 6 o'clock that afternoon, we got a picture of Stretch at a food plot we call Yellow, which is not that uncommon. I mean, Stretch isn't on a regular pattern, but we've seen him there before, or our Moultries have. And then almost a half a mile due west, 48 minutes later or so, about an hour later, he shows up at a food plot we call Trainwreck. Where he went in between there, we don't know. Remember, this is not GPS. This is going from trail camera to trail camera, so I doubt it's a straight line. So here we are, in about an hour, he's went about a half a mile. That's more than average based on a lot of GPS studies, but it's not shocking, and it seemed like he was headed on west. The next video we had of Stretch that showed up on our app was at Ridge Pond, which is 0.8 of a mile back east of Trainwreck. Remember, he was headed west when the video last saw him at Trainwreck, so he looped around, and he's 0.8 of a mile as the crow flies back east. This was at 5:23 in the morning, and based on that information, I was getting ready to go hunting. I said, well, guys, she's gonna loop and go north. So I went to a big food plot we call Tombstone, which is north of Ridge Pond. We can see a long ways in that food plot. It's our largest food plot. Just thinking, well, gosh, if he's headed that way at all, he may cross that plot somewhere. This is about how good I am at predicting where bucks are gonna be, because about 3 hours later, he's a mile more to the north at a food plot we call High Top. Remember, these are straight lines on a mapping app. Bucks probably aren't walking a straight line, and this is hill and holler country. This is not flat like western Kansas. This buck is putting some miles on. When that picture showed up on the app about 8:40, I was like, well, I sure picked the wrong place to hunt this morning. A little after 9, he walked in front of another one of our Moultries about 0.3 of a mile to the west. Fortunately, the next information we have about Stretch was when he's in my crosshairs, and that was about 0.4 of a mile to the south at 9:30 in the morning. As you can see with the pattern, I did not harvest Stretch based on that morning's information from the trail cameras, but past information really helped me. And it's interesting that in 15 hours approximately, Stretch traveled 3+ miles in a straight line, and no telling how many miles zigzagging around. And that, my friends, is part of the rut. That's why I really like the Moultrie Mobile system, including the app and all the data it gives you, because I love learning about deer, specifically on my property, and the Moultrie Mobiles is a great tool for you to learn about deer where you hunt.